Welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Roy Graham and I'm your host, and today I have the pleasure of having with me Candace Credle from the Joiful Faith Event Planning
Yes,
Company.
Roy.
Yes, hi.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, and very nice to have you here. Why don't you give us an overview of what is the Joiful Faith Events?
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here today, Roy.
Thank you.
And as you mentioned, I'm Candace Credle. I'm the owner of Joiful Faith Events. We are a full-service event planning and coaching firm. We specialize in corporate events, social events, and weddings, where we offer full planning and partial planning services. So for those individuals and companies who are looking to plan their event but need some assistance, we can help them by either planning the entire event from start to finish, from conception to execution, which is our full planning service. We relieve them of all the stress and of handling the details and the behind-the-scene logistics. That's our full planning. And as far as our partial planning, we're working with them side by side. Let's say, for instance, if you wanted to do an event, but you're more hands-on handling most of the details, we are there with you. We are your right-hand person. We keep you on track, and we're that voice that you need to say, okay, this is what we need to do, but we can wait on this later.
So you're giving them the things they need to do to make sure they don't forget anything, but they're actually doing them.
Correct. That is our partial planning.
Okay. All right. And so what I think that probably is one of the things that sets you apart, but is there other things that set you apart from like a regular wedding planner or another type of planner?
Yes, Roy. I believe for me, what sets me apart from others is my leadership skills, having organizational skills, my savvy business techniques, and having that vision to be able to see the individualism of each of my clients. I'm able to focus on the small details that make their events major to them, meaning I see it from beginning to end. And individualism is the best part of being an event planner and what sets me apart from my clients.
Okay, so let's take someone having an event coming up. What's the process that they go through and what can they expect working with you? So what do they do?
Well, for instance, if you have an event coming up, you will contact me. First, you inquire about, see if the date is available. If it's available, we'll set up a consultation. And from the consultation, I'll sit down like we are right now and go over some preliminary questions like what type of event you're having, your purpose for the event, what your objective and outcome is going to be, how many guests you want. But what they're going to receive is the true passion of my love for what I do, the dedication and determination to bring their vision to life. They're able to begin to see that vision come to life during that preliminary session. I'm able to identify if they're a simple and elegant client or if they may be over the top and want lots of bling and sparkle and want just to have an amazing show. And that's basically how I individualize my clients and their events, by looking at them as a whole and their objectives, what they want.
Okay. All right. So now before this interview, we were talking a little bit, and you mentioned that you also coach people on becoming a planner.
Yes.
And I thought that was rather interesting. I referred to it as training your competition, and you said, no, I don't look at it that way, and then you explained. Can you talk about that a little
Yes. I have a very deep passion for what I do. It all started from when I got into the business. I was looking for someone to mentor me and to help me, because we can read about the industry in books, but sometimes it's those real life experiences that we share with individuals that help them in their business during those times that maybe they're not having as many clients as they would like. It might be that down period. And what I do is coach them via my program, which is the Instruct Her Mastermind, where we share with them the real life experiences that prepare them to avoid the business pitfalls, to maximize their dollars, and to attract their ideal client. So we're helping them. They're not our competition, because there's enough in the world for everyone. We all have different techniques, different ingredients, I call them, that makes our businesses unique.
Right, right.
So,
I certainly agree with that.
Yeah, so it's not competition at all. I love it, and I just want to give back and help those individuals that are looking to get in the industry. So once they complete the Instruct Her Mastermind program, they are able to build that sustainable business, attract those clients, and of course, make the money that they need to survive.
Well, that's a great attitude to have. I can tell that you're really passionate about what you do.
Yes.
All right, so what major events have you done?
Well,
Give us an example.
Yes, we've done several in the past. Last year, May of 2014, we launched the first annual Dare to Be You charity fashion show, and that was in support of Gateway for Cancer Research, who are partners with the Cancer Treatment Centers of America. And that vision came from, it was in the process of planning in a fashion show, but my father passed away, and I wanted to bring significance to it. Cancer is something that we see and hear about every day. You know, I imagine that you probably know someone that is dealing with it or maybe lost a battle to cancer.
Yeah, I think everybody knows.
Right, everybody knows about it. So we wanted to come to Hampton Roads, my partner Erica Allen and I, and we wanted to bring a significant event to the area. And we're actually bringing it back again this year on Sunday, May the 17th at the Portsmouth Renaissance.
That's what was my next question. What's coming up? So, okay, there you go.
Yeah, so we have that one coming up again, the second annual Dare to Be You charity fashion show. And we have amazing vendors, amazing fashion for you, but we're looking to celebrate life. We're looking to celebrate our community.
Okay, all right, so how do people connect with you? I know there's several ways. So
Yes.
why don't you just run through them?
All right. Well, we, of course, have Facebook. We have 3 pages on Facebook, which is Candace the Fabulous Event Planner. We also have Joyful Faitful Events. And our third one is the Dare to Be You charity fashion show. And we're also on Instagram at Joyful Faitful Events.
Okay, and so, of course, they can go to your website for more information. They can go call you.
Yes, they can go to our website for more information. They'll see our contact information, how to connect with us via phone and email as well.
All right, is there anything else that I haven't mentioned that you wanted to bring out?
Well, I would say that the event planning industry is an awesome field. It allows you to not only connect with your clients, but it brings out a passion with you within your community. You're able to mentor young kids within high school, college. You're able to give them something that they may not have thought about doing. You're able to share and just brighten up someone's life, someone's day, the joy that they have in their events. And I can say for me, that's what it's been since I've been in the industry, been in existence for 8 years now, and I love every minute of it. And it's just
certainly
something.
tell that.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, it sounds like you can also have fun doing it.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the beauty of it. Yes, you have those behind the scenes, you know, where you're getting everything together. But the moment that you reveal the room after decorating and have everything in place, that's what I love the most. And that's what I share with my staff members and my interns, you know, training them to see that moment. Right. It's a lot of work. You have to be dedicated. In order to survive in this industry, I always say you have to put God first, you have to pray, and know your craft. And you got to stay true to your identity of who you are as an individual and your business. Because if not, you're going to lose yourself. And when you lose yourself, you're not able to give your all to your clients. So stay true to yourself and your identity. Keep God first. And everything else is going to fall into place.
You know, I tell people that, you know, if you can find something that you absolutely love to do, then you'll never work a day in your life. And
Yes.
That's the best thing to be able to do if you can find that. And it sounds like you found it.
I have, Roy. This is just the beginning of what's to come. You know, I was sitting here, you know, just waiting for everything to get started. And I was like, I could get used to the lights and the, you know, being on camera, because it's awesome, because it just pours out the energy and just allows your light to shine in what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And I think that, you know, some people don't fully get the concept of having an event planner. They might think it's too much money, but trust me, it is worth the investment, because by the time the day of your event comes, you want to be able to be calm and focused and enjoy that day. I always tell my brides, what I'm here to do for you is to relieve you of that stress, take away everything that doesn't need to affect your daily activities, you know, your day-to-day schedule, because the day of your event, all I want you to do is to wake up, enjoy yourself, put a smile on your face, and have your mimosa and get pampered. That's my goal for you on the day of.
You know, a lot of people, they have a job, or they have something else that they're very good at. Right. And it would be more important for them to focus on that than to try to schedule a hall and a band and decorate and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
You know, unless that's what they love to do. But, you know, anyway, so I totally agree with that.
And that's very true, because once you get in those details, if you're not used to handle it, and especially if you're planning for any kind of engagement that has 150 plus guest list, you're going to get overwhelmed and consumed. So why not allow the professional to take that on and handle that, because they're able to stay calm, make sure everything flows peacefully as it should, and they're also there to cater to you.
Well, yeah, and I would say, years ago, we certainly haven't done anything like this since the early 90s, but when we used to do weddings and things, as good as you plan something, there are things that happen. There are things that don't go right and things like that. And so I can't tell you how many times I saw like the bride trying to handle this or handle that. And it was a shame because she really shouldn't have to worry about that. Not on that day, So that's great where a planner could come in and make sure not only does less things happen because you're experienced and doing it, and they're not, but the other thing would be that you can handle things when they come up, and it doesn't have to affect the primary people in it.
And that is so true, because I was sharing an example with you. I had a bride, got married at a country club, and she's off taking pictures. Actually, it was before she was getting ready to walk down the aisle. I was literally trying to get the DVD set up so the guests could see the pictures as they came in for the reception. Little did she know I was in the closet trying to work on the equipment for the DVD, trying to get everything, running back from the closet to the office, trying to do everything. And unfortunately, the system just did not work that day. But there was one element that she did not know took place. She did not know until she was leaving out. And she was like, what happened? I was like, we couldn't get it fixed. We did everything that we could. But it was one element that did not hinder her day. It was not something that put a damper on the day for her or her guests.
Right. Well, I've seen events go off without a planner and with a planner. It's certainly smoother with a planner.
Certainly is smoother, because you don't want to be trying to get your hair and makeup done and running downstairs trying to put out any little fires that are going on, because you don't need to be involved in that. Even on the corporate side with conferences and planning retreats, allow a planner to do that, because you want to focus on your material and being able to give your all to your guests and having everything straight on your end.
Right. Okay. Well, if you have an event coming up, or you know someone who does have an event coming up and you'd like to relieve the stress and have a stress-free event and concentrate on your presentation, or concentrate on just being there at the event instead of having to deal with all the details, you can give Candace a call or check with her on the social media or her website. All those links and contact information is at the bottom of this page, and it's also at the end of the video. I thank you very much for coming in. You're truly passionate about what you do, and obviously successful with it, and I wish you a great deal of continued success.
Well, thank you, Roy. It's been a pleasure to be here. And also, when they visit my website, I forgot to mention that they will get one of my tools, my ebooks, that will show them how to begin the process if they want to start planning and getting their ideas down early.
Okay, well, you can't beat that. Free tools. Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right.